Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news now, guys. I've got some scorching hot rumors coming out of the NFC West that could shake up the entire landscape of the NFL's competitive scene, especially for the 49ers. And I know, your minds are already racing. The buzz is all about a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the defensive front for the San Francisco 49ers. And it involves none other than Quinnen Williams, the star defensive tackle from the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, you heard that right. And this isn't just idle speculation, it's a rumor that's gaining serious traction, with sources suggesting that Dallas might be open to parting ways with Williams, especially if they see a chance to rebuild their secondary and free up cap space. So let's break it down. The Cowboys are sitting at 6-7, and their run defense has been a bit of a concern this season, allowing about 120 yards on the ground per game in 2025. That's not exactly what you want when you're trying to contend in a tough NFC. Rumors indicate that Dallas is considering trading Williams for a package that includes draft picks and a linebacker, with the idea of creating about $23 million in cap space to bolster their secondary, which has been battered by injuries and struggles this year. It's a bold move, but one that makes sense when you look at their overall team needs. Now, why would the 49ers be interested? Well, if you're a fan like me, you know how much a disruptive interior defensive lineman can change the game. Williams, the Alabama product, is exactly that, an elite force with a PFF overall grade of 92, 4 in 2025, which ranks him among the top defensive tackles in the league. His run defense grade is even more impressive at 93, 8, making him a nightmare for offensive lines trying to establish the run. His pass rush grade of 87. 2 isn't far behind, and in 13 games he's already accumulated 8 sacks, 62 tackles, 3 forced fumbles, and 38 stops. That's the kind of production that can seriously elevate a defense. Remember, the 49ers have been hit hard on defense this season with injuries. Hargrave went down with an ACL tear in Week 9, and Arik Armstead has been battling concussion issues. Adding Williams into that mix could be a game changer, providing that interior disruptor the team desperately needs. He's a force of nature, standing at 63 and weighing around 303 pounds, and he's built for the kind of relentless interior pressure that can collapse the pocket and stop the run in its tracks. Think of him as a modern-day Buckner, but with even more agility and explosiveness. His stats speak volumes. Over his career, Williams has amassed over 60 sacks and more than 380 tackles, with pressures exceeding 280. His win rate is in the top 4 among defensive tackles, and this season, despite missing some games due to a rib injury in Week 6, he's been a constant force on the field, playing 94% of the snaps. His tackle average of 4. 8 per game and elite EPA per run of -0. 19 make him one of the most disruptive defensive linemen in the league. Plus, his ability to face double teams, about 16 per game, shows how much opposing offenses have to game plan around him. And if you recall Week 10, that game against the Eagles, Williams had a monster game with 10 tackles and 2 sacks, forcing a fumble that nearly turned the tide in favor of Dallas. Now jumping to the other side of the coin, why would Dallas even entertain this trade? Well, their cap situation is pretty flexible at around $10 million in free space, and they've got odds of plus 1,800 to win the Super Bowl, which is decent, but they're clearly looking to rebuild the back end of their roster. Their secondary has been a mess, with 5 concussions already this season, and their defensive rankings reflect that. They're currently 23rd in DVOA. Plus, at 28 years old, Williams carries a hefty $29 million price tag, but the potential return in draft capital and young talent could make this an attractive move for the Cowboys if they're trying to shake things up after a tough 1-5 start. Reports from ESPN's Adam Schefter suggest that Dallas is indeed cautious about their struggles on defense, especially with Prescott's slump and the ongoing issues on their offensive line. So what does this mean for the 49ers? Well, if this trade goes through, it could be a massive boost for San Francisco's defense, which is already playing at a high level but could use that extra interior punch to elevate their run defense and pass rush even further. Right now, the Niners are ranked 16th in defensive grades, allowing about 22 points per game, but with a player like Williams, they could push that down to around 17 points per game, making them even more formidable. His addition would likely elevate their run defense stats significantly, reducing the yards allowed on the ground by nearly 28 yards per game and boosting the number of sacks by roughly 15. It's a move that would make the trenches a total nightmare for opposing offenses. And let's not forget the impact on the entire team's psyche. The 49ers' defense thrives on relentless pressure and physicality, and Williams embodies both. His ability to disrupt the interior line would complement what Arik Armstead and the rest of the defensive front are doing. Plus, with Purdy leading the offense, having a dominant defense would help keep that balance, ensuring the team can control games and close out victories. It's all about building that synergy, and adding a player of Williams' caliber would send a clear message to the league that the 49ers are all in on another Super Bowl run. Looking at the bigger picture, this trade would have implications beyond just improving the defense. It could shift the power dynamics in the NFC, especially with Super Bowl odds moving from plus 1,200 to plus 650 if Williams joins San Francisco. Analysts and betting sites see him as an X-factor, especially in playoff scenarios where interior dominance is crucial. His grades in playoff settings are even higher, with a 93, 8-run defense grade and a plus 25% increase in run-stuffing efficiency. Facing teams like the Rams, for example, his presence could be decisive, and that's why many believe that this move could tip the scales in favor of the 49ers, pushing them into serious Super Bowl contention. Now, wrapping this all up, you can see why the rumors are gaining so much traction. A trade for Quinnen Williams could be the final piece in the puzzle for the 49ers' championship ambitions. It's a bold move, yes, but if it happens, it could define the franchise's legacy for years to come. The Cowboys might be in a tough spot with their cap and their season's trajectory, but for the 49ers, this could be the move that solidifies their dominance in the NFC and sets them up for a deep playoff run, culminating in another shot at the Lombardi Trophy. So fans, keep your eyes peeled because if this trade happens, it's going to send shockwaves across the league. The 49ers are always looking to improve, and if they can land a talent like Williams, you better believe it'll boost their chances of adding more hardware to the trophy case. This is the kind of move that could make the difference between a good season and a historic one. The trenches are where games are won, and San Francisco's front office knows it. They've been aggressive, and this potential move shows they're not messing around. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news.